Akshita, look at these live pictures of the Prime Minister with Dr. Somnath and an entire constellation, galaxy of ISRO women heroes. The true Shakti of ISRO. Let's listen in. Can we hear some audio? Okay, no audio yet. Lovely, lovely images of the Prime Minister with the Nari Shakti of ISRO. This is the core of ISRO's strength viewer. Women make up a large part of the ISRO family. And here is the Prime Minister, the only two men in the room, Prime Minister Modi and Dr. Somnath, the ISRO chairman. Every other person in the room here is a woman scientist of ISRO. All have played an incredible part. You can see Ritu Karidal, who is part of the Chandrayaan mission, there in the blue sari right in front of the Prime Minister, sitting to his left right now in this picture. Wonderful, wonderful image of the Prime Minister with ISRO's Nari Shakti. These are all senior scientists of ISRO. Many of them are stationed in Bengaluru. Many of them, we are told, have come from other stations of ISRO. I wish we could hear what the Prime Minister is saying. Perhaps there will be some audio in a short while from now. But a lovely, lovely moment, a lovely photo op with the Prime Minister mentioning that Nari Shakti, Akshita. He made it a point to mention Nari Shakti, women power, when he was talking about ISRO. And you've met many of these heroes yourself, Akshita. You're going to be interviewing them once the Chandrayaan-3 mission is completed. But you've met all these wonderful ladies of ISRO. And here's the Prime Minister with them.
The two lucky men in the room, Shiv, because in that room is a bunch of beautiful, supremely intelligent and driven women. I've been speaking to many of them. Look, they're incredibly busy right now with the Pragyan rover. They said, we can't for a second take our eyes away from this mission. So we'll talk to you after when things kind of calm down. So I have a feeling I'll have to wait for about 14 days to actually have that conversation for our viewers. But these women, and I think so many of their pictures are going viral on social media because it's so incredibly inspiring, Shiv, to look at all of these women and to look at what they've achieved for the country. And that picture right there speaks volumes of how many women are a part of ISRO and part of Team Chandrayaan. The associate project director is a woman herself. And I remember speaking to her, asking her, ma'am, do you know you're such an inspiration for so many women out there? She said, no, I'm just doing my job. You know, if that sends out a message, that's great. And that simplicity, that humility that comes from these women, I think that's what's inspired so many people. There are all these pictures of these women in their beautiful saris, you know, sitting in the mission control room, going about their work so nonchalantly. I think that itself is so beautiful in a way, because that picture is what's made the story of these women in ISRO, these women scientists, so incredibly smart, achieved so much, and and you know, they don't really, I think it doesn't hit them as much as it hits us that they've achieved so much. And that's why they're so down to earth, they're so still grounded to their roots, that, you know, they go about their work with absolute simplicity and say, look, we just want to ensure at the end of the day, we do the nation proud and we do our bit for ISRO, for the Indian Space Research Organization. The kind of feeling, Shiv, that you get when you speak to these scientists about the pride that they have, the joy that they have, that they work for ISRO is unmatchable. You know, I remember I was speaking to Dr. Sivan, and he says the day Chandrayaan-2 failed, when it crash landed, we were all very emotional. But that very day, we started working on Chandrayaan-3. And he says that's the beauty of ISRO. You know, that's our spirit. We don't let that kind of emotion bring us down. We immediately started working together again. And we know, of course, of how many women were also a part of that mission, whether it was Chandrayaan-1, Chandrayaan-2, or now Chandrayaan-3.